Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome once again to Saga Prison Stories. And today, man, if you've not subscribed, please consider doing so. And don't just watch the videos, comment, like, you know, tell me what you'd like to hear from this part of the world. And today, I want, sorry guys, it's so cold. I'm freezing right here. That's why I've dressed myself up to the brim. Nimejikava kweli kweli. Winter boots, warm socks, you know, there are heavy clothes under this jacket. I don't want to get sick. Now today I want to talk about the Canadian human rights, what the Canadian human rights law prohibits the panelists or the interviewees to ask, you know, a candidate or a potential employee during an interview. You know, at home we are so used to some certain way of being questioned that sometimes you can even tell, apart from maybe the very intricate questions, you can tell this is what they're gonna ask. Tell us about yourself. You know, you start with your age, where you come from, etc., etc. Imagine, you know, when you traverse the world or when you do some research about these things, you discover that in some countries like here in Canada, asking someone their origin, their religion, their age, their sex, you know, that is against the Canadian human rights law. So when you go for an interview and you find someone asking you these questions, you are not obliged to give an answer because it is against their law. Now, what did I say? I talked of I've mentioned several things, but let's see one by one if these things, you know, I think they make a lot of sense. Like your country of origin or place of birth. If I'm looking for a job, you know, does that really matter where I come from? You know, my country, where I was born, how is it going to add up to this position that I'm looking for? If, for instance, I'm very good, I'm looking for maybe, let's give an example, I'm looking for a job as a pilot. Does it matter where I come from, the sea, the earth, or the moon? Okay, that's just a joke. But does it matter which country I come from? Or what matters is how well I can navigate the plane, you know, how well I can do my work as per your standards. So for me, I think, coming to think of it, my country of origin or my place where I was born, where my place of birth, is neither here nor there for me to be able to do a good job. Another question that the Canadian human rights law prohibits is asking one about their, you know, asking if I come for an interview and the panelists start asking me like my gender or my sexual orientation. It's up to me if I want to tell them, you know, my sexual orientation, or how does it affect my work performance. We have, let me stick to the example of a pilot. We have lady pilots and they do so well. So whether I'm male or female or the others, you know, which I'll come to later, I will mention there are different kinds of sexual orientations. I think that is neither here nor there. Again, asking you about your mental or physical health, again, is against the human rights law here. You know, your disability, as we say, there's a saying that goes that disability is not inability. So they should not ask you about your disability. What is that again? The ambulance or what? There must be something. You know, I said about place of birth, you know, maybe I'm just repeating place of birth, whether I was born in wherever, whichever country. I think it has nothing to do with my work performance. My race, ethnicity, it's the same. Age, no one asks about age here. How does it, according to them, performance. Sometimes you might think that when you employ people of a younger age, they'll perform better. But you'll be surprised that sometimes the more mature someone is, the more their performance and experience is. But sometimes also it depends. You can also employ a mature person and the younger one performs better than the more mature person. So again, age, or asking you how old you are during an interview, that is prohibited. Asking you about the number of children you have. Do you have children? No. That again is prohibited by the Canadian human rights law here. You don't ask someone those kind of questions. The family structure, I've said, children, your marital status is neither here nor there. They should not ask you whether you are married or not. Again, I think religion, your faith, that again is neither here nor there. Religion, faith, creed, what is your religion? That is a wrong question. Whether I'm Christian, whether I'm Muslim, whether I'm Hindu, whether I'm pagan, what does it have to do with my work performance? I think some of these questions also, it's high time that we reviewed them again and asked ourselves, are they really relevant? Are they really relevant during an interview? Because some of them make someone just feel, they are meant to demean maybe people or to make you feel in a certain way, like I really don't belong here. But when it comes to work performance, I believe that I also concur that some of these questions may not be really, really necessary. They may not be relevant. Now, I was talking about, I've talked about sexual orientation. Here, you traverse the world and see different cultures and respect culture of every country, or of everyone. When I came, when we were growing up, we were taught, or we were orientated. Is that correct English? Our orientation is that when you see a man wearing, men clothes, that's a man. When you see a lady in dresses, that's a woman. But lo, the world is changing, things are changing. That may not be the case. Even when you go to offices here, some of the offices, you will see at the entrance of the door the pronouns that the owner of that office would like to be addressed with. So some offices, in the offices you'll find at the door the name. For instance, let's use which name? Okay, let's not use any name. Let's say you have gone to a lady's office. You will see the pronouns right at the door. Her, has, she, or she, her, has. That's how she would like to be addressed. If it's a man, it's he, him, his. You can even there are others who if you are not sure, you are not sure on what pronoun to use on someone here. Don't just assume that because you have seen me in a dress, you want to address me as, hey madam, or hey sir, how are you? No. How do you know that I am sir or madam? Just because of what I'm wearing? Hapa hapana. Here, no. So you got to, if I tell you how I would like to be addressed, because some will tell you I am so and so, like my name is Grace, she, he, has are the pronouns I use. Or my name is Grace, he, him, has are the pronouns I use, and you got to respect that. So if you are not sure, say them, refer to someone as them or it, or like that. So when we come to the sexual orientations, we have several. I think the most common ones that we know, or I know, let me talk about me, are gay and lesbian. But I've come to learn that there is pansexual, there is queer, there is questioning, there is asexual, there is bisexual, there is gay, there's heterosexual or straight, and there is lesbian. So remember, when you go to Rome, you respect what the Romans do. So it may not be home, but now I have to learn how to not just see someone in a tie and a trouser or a dress, and then I just assume that, hey, how are you, madam? Or how are you, sir? Hapana, not here. And I'm learning, and I'm sure most new people like myself here are also learning pole pole too, and we shall get there. The bottom line is that we respect other people's culture, and then again, you can never understand why some things are the way they are. So don't judge. Never judge anyone. Never ever judge, or as I said in my previous video, don't stigmatize someone, because you also don't know their history, or you don't know why they are who they are, or why they do what they do, or why what happened to them. As I say, God is the ultimate. Yeye ndiye anajua. He is the one who knows everything. So who am I, or who are you to judge anyone? Let's respect each other's space and respect each other's orientation, sexual orientation for that matter. I've just said what I know, kidogo kidogo. If you want, I'm sure there's a lot of literature on things like this. You can go ahead and read and know more, and also tell me what you know about what I've just said. Otherwise, kuna baridi, it's cold, and as I said, it's fall, so you can see there's fall. The leaves are falling. If you can see, let me take you to the leaves, and then very soon I think the place is gonna be the trees are gonna be so dramatically without leaves. Hizi leaves zinaanguka tu zote, they are all falling off. Yeah, but again, that is our God. You cannot understand God's ways. They are not our ways. Guys, bye bye. See you next time on my next video. As I said, pole pole, I will be bringing for you stories baridi mazidi. It's getting colder. Bye bye. Love you guys. Thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the subscribers. Today English has gone to its own home. Bye. Love you. See you again in my next video. Thank you.